Good morning. Welcome to Plugged In. We'll be in Hebrews 11, another faith story right after this. And it is good to be back with you. Sorry that I was not with you last week. My sister is in town. We were taking care of my dad. I had to kind of watch over him while my mom had a doctor's appointment. And I will just pass along to you, keep our family in your prayers. My dad had been sick for a while and passed away on Friday afternoon last week. And so we have a lot of things going on in our family this week. So keep us in your prayers. That's why I wasn't here with you last week, but I'm here this morning. And I know that some of this is what my dad would want me to be doing to continue spreading the word. So thank you for your prayers. I want to open up with Genesis chapter 12. I know we're in Hebrews, but we'll get there toward the end of the devotion this morning. Genesis chapter 12 sets the tone for our next personality in Hebrews 11, a man by the name of Abraham. In Genesis 12, he's referred to as Abram at the time. And here's what it says. The Lord said to Abram, "Leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse, and all the peoples on earth will be blessed through you." So Abram left, as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he set out from Haran. That's just 2 years younger than what my dad was. God has a tendency to keep using us regardless of what age we are. There's a story of a farmer who had hired a man to work for him. The farmer told this young man that his first task was to paint the barn, and that he told him it should take him about 3 days to complete, but the hired man was finished in 1 day. The farmer sent him to cut some wood, telling him that it would require 4 days of work. The hired man finished in a day and a half, to the farmer's amazement. The next task was to sort out a large pile of potatoes. He was to arrange them into 3 piles: seed potatoes, food for the hogs, and potatoes that were good enough to sell. The farmer told this hired hand that it was a small job and it should not take long at all. At the end of the day, the farmer went back out to the farm and checked on the hired hand, who had barely started. "What's the matter?" the farmer asked, to which the man said, "I can work hard, but I can't make decisions." There are consequences to any action we take. What we do can set in motion a series of events that may continue long after we are gone. Most of the time, when we are faced with a decision, we think of the immediate consequences. While we might not know for certainty what may immediately happen, we have a better grasp on what could happen, and yet those immediate consequences are often short-lived. Abraham had a decision to make. He had a choice to make. His decision was between setting out with his family and his belongings to a place that was unfamiliar, or he could stay in the comforts of his hometown. He had to decide between the security of familiar surroundings or the uncertainty of traveling under God's direction to a land in which he did not know anyone. It would have been impossible for Abraham to visualize how much of the future was resting on his decision of whether to go or stay. From our reading in Genesis, we know the decision that Abraham made. He left, and he began a journey that not only changed his life, but it affected the history of the world. When the Hebrew writer began his section about Abraham in his Hall of Fame of Faith section, here's what he wrote in Hebrews 11, verse 8, that'll appear on your screen. By faith, Abraham, when called to go to a place he would later receive as an inheritance, obeyed and went, even though he did not know where he was going. That last line always amazes me. I mean, he's leaving everything behind. Talk about taking a step of faith. We use that phrase a lot of times, but Abraham literally is taking a step of faith. He is walking away from that which is easy, from that which is familiar, from that which is security, and saying, I'm going to obey God on this. You and I may not always know the long-term effects of a decision we make, but we should really take time to consider when we feel the call of God to go in a certain direction. We need to know that He has a plan for us, that He has our best interest in mind, and He is not asking us to step out on faith for just the immediate results, but also for future results. We're going to begin this week with Abraham, and we're going to stay with Abraham and even his wife Sarah for a few weeks as we continue through Hebrews 11 on these Hall of Fame of Faith personalities. Thank you again for joining this week. Remember to like and share, pass this along, and we'll see you next Monday on Plugged In.